welcome to our guide on creating and fine-tuning a video course with Teachable. Now we've covered several e-commerce platforms for selling your videos, your online courses, things like that. But now we're going to focus on Teachable and walk through it step by step, basically starting from the very beginning and then going all the way to the end where we're going to be adding integrations, coupons, and all sorts of other details for your online course. Now, like I said, I've reviewed several other platforms for posting your online courses, but I would say that Teachable is by far one of the easiest. They have beautiful templates. It really only takes maybe 5 or 10 minutes to launch your online course website. Obviously, it's going to take a little longer to get your content together, but it doesn't really matter what you're trying to sell. If you want to teach, people how to work with Photoshop, or if you want to teach how to work with a DSLR camera, or anything from web design to gardening, it's all available. So Teachable is very flexible for all of your online course needs. And as long as you have a great idea, some video making equipment, and the right platform, such as Teachable, you'll be well on your way to making money with your video courses. And of course, it doesn't have to be only videos. You can include PDF files, just written lectures, all sorts of other types of media in your courses, which makes it really easy and comprehensive for your customers and your students. So like I said, we're going to walk through the process from start to finish with Teachable. So to get started, you're going to go to teachable.com, and then you can click on this Get Started button. So we'll click on that, and then it will ask you for your full name. So you'll type that in, and then of course you want to fill in your email address and your password. And I'll just create a simple password for us right now. And that will be just fine for us. And you're going to have to confirm your email address. For me right now, at least for the beginning process, there's no reason for me to do that, but I'll be able to walk you through the back end. But after that, you will name your school. So I'm going to do something like my photography school, and then you create your new school. And after we click on that button, it will bring us directly to the dashboard. Actually, before that, it will give you some questions. This is most likely just for them to collect some information on their users. So if you want to, you can fill in, what type of an online course are you trying to create? Do you already have an online course? Are you a business owner? All that good stuff. But for now, I'm going to continue without answering. So that will bring us directly to the dashboard. And as you can see, it's really nice because you have all of your options over here, like the dashboard, users, your site, transactions, and emails, and then of course your courses. And then in the middle, it kind of has these steps so you can walk through every single step of the process in building your online course. So if you want to, well, you can sign up for their free live seminar or a webinar, which is a good place to start. But of course, you can create a course, customize the look and feel, set up your domain name, and then launch your school. So those are the few main steps that you're going to have to follow. But to start off, I would say setting up your domain is a good place to start. Obviously, if you're just playing around with Teachable, there's no reason to do that right now. But for now, we'll go to set up my domain, and then Teachable actually gives you your own little subdomain. So that's free. If you want to run a course, very watered down course on this subdomain, that's perfectly fine. But in general, in order to create a professional online course where you're collecting money, giving out coupons, stuff like that, then you're going to have to get a custom domain. And it makes sense too as well. You're going to look more professional, and it only usually costs about $10 a year. So you can type in a custom domain, my Photoshop. I just want to make sure I have something that is actually available, but you will have to upgrade your account. So basically what will happen is it will allow you to verify the custom domain and then confirm the domain. So you don't have to go to GoDaddy or any of those domain websites. It's all managed through Teachable, which is really nice because the hosting is provided, the domain is provided, and it's basically just all provided in this one package. So you can go to the the upgrade now plan and sign up for $39 a month, and that's how you really get the ball rolling with your online store. Now I actually have this mock online store. It's a photography school that's partially set up, so it'll give us a little insight into what you can do with your online store. So we've already got our domain name set up, or maybe you're still just testing it out. But it seems like the most logical next step is going to be to customize the look and feel. So you can click on this, and that brings you to this page over here, which is also the site page. So you can see you can customize everything from your theme to your domains, navigation, authors, and all sorts of other features. So it obviously depends on what you want your website to look like. But I could upload an image, upload a homepage background. So let's see here. And what's cool is that with all the images and the files on Teachable, they actually allow you to upload from a wide variety of different sources. So you can of course go to your computer if you have a file, but they also have these presets here and web images. So if you wanted to search on Wikipedia, Flickr, and Google image search, so let's type in photography and see what comes up. Now I'm assuming most of these are going to be, well, these are actually coming up as like Google images. But let's take a look at the custom source. They have all sorts of options here. Let's just say this one looks like it might kind of fit into the photography thing as someone working on their computer. So this would be the background, and I'm just loading it right now. But you can save that, and then that would be saved as it's kind of like a header background, and I'll show it to you in a little bit. But you can also upload your site logo, which I just uploaded the e-commerce platforms logo. It probably won't look exactly the way I want it to, but it gives you an idea of what you can do with the logo. And then of course there's the favicon. You can change the dark overlay for your homepage background, and that basically just makes it a little bit darker so that the text that overlays on top of it can be more easily read. So if we preview that, let's see what we got here. We have our logo, the nice little background, an enroll now button. There's not much else here, but this is going to be the main website. And then you can go down here and change things like the font family, the colors. So pretty much every aspect of your website is customizable. Let's see here. So they have font families and colors. But the next step is going to be adding pages. So your pages, some of them are included already. So you have the home page, the privacy policy, but all you have to do is go to the new page button up here and then type in like an About Us page. And then you can fill in all sorts of content, test content. And then, there's several other options. So if you want a footer, a colored navigation bar, or a blank template, and then you just hit the Create Page button, and then that should show up if you go to the navigation area. So if you've ever worked with anything like Shopify or WordPress, it's almost exactly the same. You have to create your pages and then add those pages to the navigation bar. So let's see, I have several things on here. On the navigation bar, I can add a link. You could do a navigation bar, and that's how you would add your pages. But basically, they already have the default ones up here. So like My Courses, All Courses, and then there's a navigation bar area here as well, where you can add links to different pages. Other than that, you have various other buttons here to manage the overall look of your website. If you want to add a blog, that's possible. You just have to go in there and activate it, and then you can click and add a new post. So that's great for SEO and giving out free content to your students. You can also add a comments area, which is great because people who are using your courses can actually talk to each other, and you can reply to them in return. There's also a power editor, which gives you access, and obviously I can't see it right now. You'll have to upgrade your plan, but that gives you access to HTML, Liquid, and CSS. So if you're a more advanced developer and you want to mess around with that, you have full control over what your website is going to look like. Okay, so now it's time to get to the fun part. If you want to create a course, you can either click on this button, or there's also a Courses tab over here on the left-hand side. So I'll click on that, and then I already have one set up, but I'll walk you through exactly how to create your own new course. You go to the button way up here at the top, click on New Course, and then that asks you to fill in the name of the course, the author, subtitle, description, all that stuff. So you can type in that, and with the new author, I already have an author created here, but basically what you'll do is add an author along with their headline. So you might do professor, and then type in a little bio here. So once we've added that, we can go to you just want to make sure that you hit on this add author button, otherwise it won't be included in your list of authors. So that'll add the author, and then like we said, you can type in the subtitle and the description. Once you create the course, we'll actually go back to my previously created course, and for right now I have one called Advanced Photoshop. So we'll click on that, and then it will show, if you want to publish the course, if you want to preview the sales page, course curriculum, all of that. But there are two separate parts of courses. There's an actual course, which would be like Advanced Photoshop, and then there's the curriculum, which would be like the separate sections of that course. So you might start off with an introduction video, and then you add some you roll through some features, and then move on to the next features. So they actually call those lectures. But as for the overall course, you have plenty of options to deal with here. So you can type in the details for your course, like the name, we did the author, a full description, as well as categories. They have SEO in here and branding. So it's really easy to kind of design the course page. You can do a promo video and a featured background. It's really quite impressive how many features they have packed in here. And then it's also pretty cool because if you would like to duplicate a course, you can rapidly create maybe 10 courses within the matter of 5 minutes, and then just edit the content that you had in there. So if you wanted the same featured background and the same thumbnail for all of them, that duplication button is really pretty sweet. But after that, once you've done all of your course information, you're going to jump into the curriculum. And like I said, they call these lectures, so you'll see this new lecture tab over here. I named this first one just the first section. You'd probably name it something better, like after the feature that you're covering in Photoshop. But let's go in here to see what we have. But if you wanted to, you can add a new section. You can also do a bulk upload. And there are a couple other options for making the lecture downloadable. So if someone wanted to download it to their computer, and you can make a free preview as well, which is pretty nice to give people a little taste of what's to come in all of these lectures. So if I clicked on this new lecture, this is one that I've worked on already. But let's say Photoshop Basics or Introduction. Since this is an advanced Photoshop class, we're just going to talk a little bit about it. And so as you can see here, you can add a new lecture if you want, or preview the page, but this is going to be one of your lecture pages. So the main 3 tabs are going to be Add File, Add Text, or Edit Quiz. So adding a file, we saw this already, but it allows you to upload anything from your computer, web images, a URL, FTP. You can even link it up to your social pages like Flickr or Instagram if you have photos on there. And the file support is pretty impressive as well. So if you wanted to upload an image, you can pretty much do everything from PNGs to JPEGs. And then there are also options for different files. So if you wanted to upload a Google Doc or maybe a Word document or a spreadsheet or anything like that, or a PDF. Those are all great options that can be sprinkled in to complement your online course. One of the more common questions we get is, how do you upload the videos? Is it going to be a streaming interface, or do people have to download the videos onto their computer to watch it? Well, you actually get both options. So if you wanted to upload a video and then have kind of like a Netflix interface where they can stream the videos, what you'll do here is either link to a YouTube page or anything like Vimeo, or you would upload an MP4 file. So that's the main type of file for videos that's supported here. So let's say, for example, I wanted to do an MP4. What you would do is go to My Computer, choose Files, and then you would find that MP4 on your computer. And once the MP4 is uploaded, or you can actually hit the upload button there, and then basically what would happen is it would pop up in this list of content that you have. So I've already done some of it, but what you can do is drag this content. So you might have some text, like an introduction, and what happens is you can drag it up and down, kind of like a column interface. So I have my MP4 video here. I have some text that I want to use to explain, what the course is all about. I have a PDF, a JPEG. I also have a quiz, which is pretty cool, and I'll show you how to do that. But all of these elements are uploaded through this Choose Files button. So it's all done in the exact same way. So for the video, if I wanted to preview this, take a look at what my page looks like right now. I have this nice little lecture here, and if I had multiple lectures, it would show them all stacked up to the left. But the video looks really nice. It streams right from my computer. And then I also added a YouTube video down here. So I'll show you really quick how to do that. What you would do is actually go to the YouTube page. And let's say I want an advanced Photoshop video. So you would go to that video and click on the share button. And that would bring up a link. Now you don't want the link, you want the embed code. So if I wanted to embed this video, I could remove some of the embed options like show suggested videos. I don't want that. Show video title and player options. These are all fine, but what I'll do is copy this embed code to my clipboard, and then I can jump back to my website, and what you would have to do is add text. So it's a little different than adding a file. And basically you just hit on this HTML button, and that will change it to a code editor where you paste in the code. And then once you save that, it will once again pop up like one of these modules, except it'll be a text module, and then it'll show up like this. So you can change around the size and everything, but you get all the YouTube functionality. In my opinion, I like uploading the MP4s. It makes more sense. You're probably not going to be pulling that many videos from YouTube unless it's complementing your course in some way, because those YouTube videos are already out there for free. So you're going to mainly, if you're running a video course, you're going to be using this MP4 option. But like we said, like I said, it works pretty smoothly. The video isn't running that great right now because I'm running my screen capture software, but like you can see, it's pretty smooth and it covers the entire page. So these videos are really nice. It kind of creates that Netflix streaming atmosphere. And we already took a look at this text area, but this is going to be a great module for just filling in information. So you probably want an intro to your course, and you can drop it in there. Like I already have a text module. You also might use this for your entire course. If people are going to be reading through these articles and then maybe have some of that content broken up with videos or files, PDFs, and quizzes, this might be your main area for creating a course. And then you can edit a quiz. So you might type in a question here as well as an answer choice. So we'll just do something simple like, what is a camera? And then you would type in your answer choices. This is about as smooth as it gets. and then I'll just fill in some other answer choices really quick. And then once you hit the add question button, it'll drop down right down here. So we have our quiz. And then, like we saw before, you can drag it around, if you want the quiz a little higher up, or maybe you want the quiz way at the bottom, once people finish their courses. And the final option for the curriculum is going to be the comments. So if you want to have people sending in comments and allowing yourself to reply to those comments, you would just activate the comments tab right there. Alright, so that's pretty good. Let's go click on the preview and see exactly what it looks like. Obviously it's not going to be as clean cut as what you're going to come up with. But as you can see, we got the advanced Photoshop. This is just the first section. You can add more. We have an introduction, a nice little video. There's our YouTube video. You can ask people to download certain JPEGs or other files. This right here is an embedded PDF. And then I have my quiz way at the bottom. So what's a camera? I can have people check to see if they're right. And then they also have features for grading quizzes. So if you'd like people to submit, a quiz with 10 questions and then you go in and grade it, or you have Teachable automatically grade it, that's also an option. And then the discussion down here is where people are going to chat with each other. So that's pretty much how you create a course with a section or a lecture. But other than that, once you have all your courses set up, the big question is how are you going to market it, promote it, connect it with all the other integrations, and how much are you going to charge for it? How are you going to distribute these courses? So it's all really right here on the left. If we zoom in, a good place to start would be the pricing. So if we click on that, you have several options. You can go to a new pricing plan, where you click on the new pricing plan, and then you can give away your content for free, where there's no payment at all. You can create a subscription with monthly or annual billing. You can do a one-time purchase or a payment plan. One of my favorite pricing plans of all time is where you have the subscription option, where you might pay like $9 a month, but then you also have the option for a lifetime access, which with a one-time purchase. So you can do multiple pricing plans, or you can just do one if you want to. But in order to do that, you would click on like subscription, type in the amount like $10 a month, or you might do a yearly amount like $100 a month, and then type in the name, the subtitle, and the detailed description. So I already have these set up. So for my subscription, I have a paid course. I would type in the subtitle and the description, and then obviously it's recurring. So that's a great way to get that monthly income. And then if you want to give people a little discount for doing that one-time purchase, I have this as $200 USD. It's not recurring, and that basically just gives them lifetime access to all of the courses. And what's cool about whenever you set something up is you always have this preview button right here. So if at any point you want to preview what you just did, you just click on that, and then it'll ask you if you want to view the sales page or the course curriculum. So we just saw the courses, but now we're trying to market everything. So we would look at the sales page, and that brings up a nice little background that we added before, the menu. It already has an enroll in course button, and we put in our logo. And then I included some content, the instructor, the class curriculum is there, FAQs, and then what we just did is the pricing. So they can get started now. Let's say I want to do lifetime access, enroll in the course. And then Teachable already has its own hosting and payment gateway. You can also link it up to a third-party gateway if you want. But I mean, for now, obviously, it's pretty simple. The way they have it set up, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to go out and integrate yourself, and the fees are pretty low as well. So someone would go and punch in their credit card or their PayPal, and then enroll in the course. And then that gives them immediate access after that. Okay, so that's pricing. We also have the drip content module, which is a great way to basically feed people your content over a period of time. So if you wanted one lecture to come out after 3 days, and then another lecture to come out after 5 days, and then so on and so forth, you could definitely do that, and that allows people to kind of slow down and absorb the material better. And then you can also kind of manage the whole situation so that people aren't skipping ahead. Now you have to upgrade, but they do have a nice page here so we can at least see some screenshots. But you would enable drip content, and then basically that tells you, or it asks you, whether or not you'd like to do a specific date or days after enrollment. So I think the most popular one would definitely be days after enrollment, where you would specify 3 days after a student enrolls, and then you would identify which of those lectures would be released after those 3 days. And then of course you'd set up another one, maybe 10 days, and you would grab another lecture and drop it in there. So the drip content is pretty simple. I mean, it doesn't take that much to do it. And then after that, you can move on to the comments section, or the coupons section. And for this, coupons, once again, are also very simple. You can make multiple use coupons or single use coupons. There's a page, obviously we just click through the coupons button, but you would create a new coupon, as you can see there. And then it asks you if you want to create a coupon for one course or all of the courses on your website. And then you would create a certain amount for that coupon. And basically it's pretty awesome because, well, you can do percentages as well. But once everything is created, it actually shows you, let's see if I can find it here. Okay, it's right up here. It shows that coupon on your home page, so you don't have to do anything in terms of design. It gives you that little banner where it says 50% off the original price, and then you can enroll in the course, and it actually slashes the original price and shows you the price with the coupon. So that would most likely be for if you were going to release a coupon site-wide, but you can also do it for individual courses. Alright, so other than that, you do have reports. You can check out your students over here. You can also bundle your contents. So if you wanted to sell multiple courses in one bundle for a discount, that's possible as well. Let's see what else we got here. The emails are going to be pretty important because there's a good chance you're going to have to communicate with your emails or with your students through email. So there's a template editor, and this allows you to create HTML templates, and all the templates are created already for you on Teachable. So this is just a screenshot, but it shows that you can create like custom emails, a new comment notification, an email for a failed payment, a drip content release. There's a whole list of these emails, and then basically what happens is those will be sent out automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. You can also go in and send an individual email to one student if they had a question, or if you want to just contact them if they haven't paid or something like that. And then once you customize your template a little bit, you'll probably add a logo, maybe the name of your course, maybe a little signature down here, but you can preview it. So this is just a confirmation email, but it's really smooth where you just design it really quick, you take the template, and then you can preview exactly what's going to be going out to the student or what's going to go to you if you have notifications like that. Okay, so one of the last areas I want to cover are the integrations. So you get quite a few features packed in here, but there might be some extensions you want to include. So if we go down here, there's a little settings button way down at the bottom. We'll click on that, and that gives you all sorts of settings. You're going to want to go through these before you launch your site, like payments, taxes, your plans, billing. But the integrations button is quite important because you have a few main integrations. You might want to activate Google Analytics to see who's coming to your website. You might want to activate Sumo. They have a lot of modules you can include on your website, like email opt-in forms and social media buttons. But if we scroll down here, they have so many integrations like Salesforce for customer relationship management. Discuss is another commenting program. MailChimp, I use that every day, where you can collect email addresses and then send out HTML emails to your customers. So there's all sorts of integrations. It's a great way to kind of, it's almost like WordPress where you have all these plugins, so the options are endless when you're creating your website and your online courses. Okay, so once it's all said and done, you're going to want to understand the three types of pages that you receive for your online courses. So we'll jump back to the dashboard, but basically you can click on this button, View Your School. And the school is going to be the main website. So I haven't done much with this, but you can obviously fill in the content. I'm going to want to change my background here so that you can see this text. But this is kind of what it's going to look like. You have your menu for all courses, my courses, admin, and then the logo. So it's very simple, but this is going to be the front page of your website. That said, there's also a sales page that will probably be where you'll link to from places like Facebook or Google whenever you have like a Google advertisement. And for the sales page, we can jump back here. And these pages are going to be under the courses tab over here, or at least you can preview them. So if we click on that and you go to whichever course you might have, you're going to have individual sales pages for each of these courses. So right here you can preview the sales page or the course curriculum. So these are the other two pages I was talking about for the sales page. This is more like a landing page trying to convince people to enroll in your course. So you still have some of the page or the navigational items up here, but you have the link to enroll in a course, a description, your instructor, the class curriculum. We saw this before, but I just want you to understand exactly the differences between all these pages. So the FAQs and then the Get Started Now area. So that would be where they enroll in the course and then go through the shopping cart like we saw before. And then the final page, we saw the home page, but if we jump back here, there's also the course curriculum. So you need to actually create a course to see this, but you might have multiple sales pages and multiple courses. So if we see this, this is going to show the course curriculum, and this is basically what the customers, the students, are going to be seeing. So if they wanted to do the new lecture, you'd start the next lecture, and that brings them to that lecture that we created before. So they can see our videos and our uploaded PDF files and the quizzes and the comments. So it's all there, ready for your students to start learning about whatever it is you're teaching. In this case, it's advanced Photoshop, but you can really create whatever you want with Teachable. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you understand all three of those pages that you're going to be using for your online courses. That's really all there is to creating an online course with Teachable. It's definitely one of the best platforms for making classes without any coding knowledge. It has everything pretty much designed for you already, and you don't have to worry about things like payments, promotions, or file support. So it's all there for you. So good luck, and thank you for watching our guide on creating a video course with Teachable.